Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back to back update and information as today hot. We know they carry last to bring you information where we say you need. Oh yeah, make I go to the information where we say na in carry me come here because matter footable. The Supreme Court subverting justice in Nnamdi Kanu's appeal. The indigenous people of Biafra lament and accuse the Supreme Court. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all lovers of freedom all over the world. If this is your first time of coming across our channel, just go ahead and subscribe as we dey go. I greet you, the Biafra, the Oma. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has accused the Supreme Court of subverting the course of justice against the leader, Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB accused the Supreme Court of using instrumentality of adjournment against Kanu. The spokesman of the IPOB, Emma Powerful, said the separatist group was disappointed and bewildered over the decision of the Supreme Court to cancel the earlier date for the hearing of Kanu's case. Powerful said the decision of Supreme Court was the worst from the travesty of justice and violent destruction of the rule of law. The statement by Powerful reads, "We, the global family of and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, ably led by the great indefatigable leader and liberator Mazi Okuchukwu Kanu, condemn the continuous adjournment of our leader's case by the Supreme Court and Court of Nigeria in their effort for our leader to remain in the DSS solitary confinement in Abuja. The afterthought and flimsy reasons being that the 14th of September 2023, earlier scheduled for the hearing of the case, has caught up with the Supreme Court's annual vacation. To say the least, this is the worst form of travesty of justice and violent destruction of rule of law. If we may ask, was it not in an open court that the justice of the Supreme Court that sat on the appeal on the 11th day of May 2023 adjourned the matter to the 14th day of September 2023? It is also our understanding that the 14th day of September 2023 adjournment was not granted as a matter of course. The adjournment date was carefully considered against the background of the federal government deliberate policy to thwart the proceedings of that day by applying for time to file their papers even when they were clearly out of time. And the appeal was consequently adjourned to the 14th day of September 2023 for definite hearing. If the present intention of the Apex Court is not a rape of democracy and clear subversion of the Court of Justice, how could they have adjourned to the 14th day of September 2023 without being guided by their diary, which contains the entire schedule of activities and holidays of the Supreme Court for the entire year? The cancellation of this date on the frivolous ground that the scheduled date is cut up with the Apex Court annual vacation is against the Supreme Court's own rule governing criminal trials that are subject to accelerated hearing. It is to be observed that the unfolding events go to demonstrate that the Supreme Court of Nigeria is not abiding with their own rules by constantly adjourning the case of our leader, Emma Powerful said. IPOB urged the international communities to prevail on the Supreme Court to hear Kanu's appeal so that this case will be promptly determined. The group wondered how the Nigerian government would justify the failure to release Nnamdi Kanu despite the appeal court discharging and acquitting him. If the federal government of Nigeria is no longer interested in prosecuting their appeal, our leader should be immediately released in line with the order of the Punulate Court made on the 13th day of October 2022, he said. My people, now don't hear us if they happen ala rola because even though that this Emma Powerful has been kicking against what Simon Ekpa is doing, who is the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. I think today he is making sense, and I believe that their eyes is now opening to see from Simon Ekpa's point of view that without pressure, that government will not be able to do anything in this case that concerns Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because as you can see what is happening in Nigeria, it looks as if uh, these people don't even care about their citizens, and what they do is what pleases them. They are the court that set the law, and they are also the one who breaks the law at the same time. You find out that looking at the grounds with which the Supreme Court are doing their things, like now, they know that the next day of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's appearance in court uh, clashed with the Supreme Court holiday, their holiday, and without even looking into their diary, or without looking into the schedule of their program for the year, they gave that adjournment, and up till now, they did not rectify it to be able to see what is going to happen. And we are made to understand that the court is the hope of the common man. But when it comes to Nigeria, the court, my brother, is not the hope of the common man, because the court is now the hope of the rich man who has the money, or the hope of the top politician who is on seat. Meanwhile, make I carry you go for another information. They say one popular artist, mama don't die. One artist will be say that they call Wizkid, an Afro singer, will be say they for Nigeria. And a Nigerian singer will be in Mama Don't Die. And one of his friends will say they call the video OBO001 of Ndiegu has sent him a message. Also, he said, praying for you, brother. The video Alamide, P2B, Tasha, others commiserate with Wizkid. Afrobeat superstar Davido, Olamide CK, and many Nigerian celebrities have commiserated with their colleague and fellow superstar Wizkid following the demise of his mother. Vanguard reported that Wizkid, the Grammy Award-winning artist, lost his mother Jane Dolakbo Balogun to the cold hands of death in the early hours of Friday in London. While consoling his colleague, Davido prayed for him and said he would heal with time. On his Twitter handle, he wrote, praying for you, my brother, at Wizkidayo. Sadness flies away on the wings of time. When I don't see the hot, even person will be say get money in mama they die kwatu. And even P2B, the Labour Party presidential candidate, Mr. P2B, wrote, on behalf of the obedient family, I sincerely commiserate with Mr. Ayodeji Ibrahim Balogun Wizkid, who reportedly lost his beloved mother. The death of a loved one is a very painful experience, more so a beloved mother. And P2B, they write this one. Well, kudos to P2B. You know, when P2B was talking about joining the Nigerian presidency race, where he wanted to become the president of Nigeria. And I believe that had it been that P2B, with the influence he has and how he has been able to, carry himself as a leader, had joined what the indigenous people of Biafra are doing, he could have helped to, bring a better picture of what the indigenous people of Biafra are doing through his academic prowess, through his oratory prowess, and through his way of doing things, because I believe that P2B is a man who understands policy, and is also a man who understands how economy works. So I think had it been he gave that strength to the cause of his people, I think by now things must have been changing. But kudos to those who are still on the race. Meanwhile, I'll be winding down the curtain here. I'll see you another time. And if this is your first time of joining our social media handle, What are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe to our channel, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news enter, you could be the first we will collect. And thank you for listening. God bless you.